What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. We're here again at WRX for another detailed install. Today we're going to be doing the front mount intercooler and the flex fuel kit by Cobb. It's going to be two different videos, but we're doing it in the same day. Now I'm here with Juan.
Hello everyone. Oh, I'm supposed to say something. I'm Juan, the owner of WRX AutoWorks. Feel free to follow us on Instagram at Rexperts AutoWorks or our Facebook page. Today we're going to be installing a Cobb front mount intercooler kit. At the same time, we're also going to install a flex fuel kit, but let's get started.
Also guys, shout out to Nippon Power for getting us these parts. They were sold out everywhere I was looking, but they happened to make it work and they found it, gave us a great price on it. So make sure to check them out. Their website will be in the description down below.
Once intercooler and battery is out, we're going to go ahead and take the snorkel out, or ram air, whatever they want to call it. First things first is we're going to go ahead and take out the bumper skin, also remove the bumper beam as well, so we can start mocking up as far as the front mount intercooler is concerned, and we can start running our piping. 10mm socket, you're going to pop out these bolts first. Your trusty flathead screwdriver. Just pop the pop clips out. They're a pain. Get yourself a set of needle nose. Put them under. Pop them out. Oh, there goes a bit of my glove. And another piece of my glove. Push in these center of the pop clip. You're going to do the same thing on the other side. You're going to start popping these pop clips in the bottom. Alright, if you got a friend with you, it'd be great. Have him hold one end. Unfortunately, I'm by myself right now, except for the camera guy. So all you gotta do is just pop them loose. And you're gonna come to the other side, do the same thing. Pop it loose. And then all you gotta do is just wiggle where the headlight clips on. And pretty much set. Now if you notice, someone decided to wire up some fancy lights. So we're gonna take a pause for a second. Now that we got the lights sorted out, basically the easiest way is just unplug here. That way the harness stays on the actual bulb itself. Just carefully put the bumper to the side. All right, we're gonna go ahead and remove the foam. Throw that to the side because you don't need it. You get a 12mm. You got 4 12s that hold the bumper beam on each side. So we're just going to go ahead and so once you have it all bolted, so you're going to just lift up. It's got little safety tabs where hold it in place. And that's it, bumper beam out of the way. On the Cobb kit, they include the core, the bumper brace, and some hardware for you to bolt it up to. That's right there. What you're gonna do is you're just gonna present all the hardware in it. So you guys know very clearly the actual beam already comes with a connection for the tow hook in case you need to get the car towed out. Always remember it goes on the passenger side. So obviously bracket sits right on top of the intercooler. This faces passenger side. ready to mount this on. Bring it over to the car. Before we mount the actual front mount on, we gotta relocate the actual horn. Alright, once you unbolt it, all you're gonna basically do is just flip it so it's facing towards the back. Just the horn makes contact on the mount. Put the bumper beam on. Grab your existing hardware. Put in the rest of the hardware on.
I thought it was going to look more like that, like an aluminum silver than gray.
Let's go ahead and tighten them up. Alright, next, go ahead and remove the reservoir. You're going to pull this hose out. The little clip here, just push back on it and it brings it loose. And all you got to do is just bring it upward. We're going to go ahead and start removing this to make space. We're going to go ahead and just uncap this, throw it to the side. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and remove this. Get yourself a vacuum cap. So you don't make a big mess. Just cap the port there so you don't lose all that windshield washer fluid. And then go ahead and unplug the actual motor. Clips out of the way. Get yourself a long extension. And towards the back. It's gonna have one all the way in the back. It's gonna have the one over here and then the one up there. Forgot to add that on the bottom there is your windshield washer level sensor. It's a plug. Push it in. It's a brown little plug. And clip it. And now you can remove. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and remove the neck. Twist it little by little. We gotta take this whole ring off because you're gonna reuse it. You're gonna find this in your Cobb kit, front mount kit. And then you're just gonna slide it back on. And there. They include their own hardware with these little adapter brackets. So basically, if you look here, you'll see the mounting point here, here, and here. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna put these on. Find yourself a 1/4 inch 10mm socket that actually fits in the hole. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna face them upward. In other words, the threaded part is gonna sit higher. Because all you're gonna do with this is you're gonna relocate your windshield washer. You're gonna raise it but pull it away. Give you clearance for the intercooler pipe that goes here. On their instructions, they tell you to use the OEM nut. Problem is that the OEM nut on this model is too big to fit in the hole. So just grab yourself another 10mm that's actually smaller and it'll fit right into the hole. So what you're gonna do is just mount that there. Get your little long socket. Go ahead and tighten it up. Work. The bolt that they supplied right here. Use the existing hardware that they gave you that came off of your car, and you're gonna bolt it directly there. And then the back one is kind of a pain. You may want to get yourself a swivel tip. All over me. Go ahead and plug up your wiper again. Sensor in the bottom again. Get your Cobb hose. We're gonna push down right here. The tip that we just installed. All you're doing is just relocating the mounting for it. The bolt, and then just hold it upright. Your windshield washer fluid reservoir. Now that the front mount's already mounted, we're gonna go ahead and remove this intercooler bracket. We're not gonna need it anymore. Get your toe slope of 12 millimeter. We're gonna go ahead and take these hoses off. Basically, it utilizes a separate bracket since the intercooler pipe's gonna go here. These lines are gonna be in the way. So what Cobb tells you is to cut about 1.5 inches or 1.25 inches off of here and like 3/4 of it here. Stick it over here. Next, we're going to go ahead and set up the bracket for the pin lines. You're going to break this one loose. Take this one out as well. And then remove this bracket. Retainer clip for the hoses. You just squeeze it, pulls it out. And then you're going to grab a hold of this bracket that comes with the kit. Basically, it mounts, it goes. The cooler reservoir sits right on top of it, but you're gonna have this facing downward. So just make sure when you install it that the fatter side is towards, the bigger hose is towards the front, the skinnier one towards the back. You're not gonna tighten it, you're just gonna present it. Cobb includes a washer or a spacer, whatever they want to call it. It goes right under this reservoir here. There's a rubber grommet that goes right here. There, there's your bushing. And then this is the sleeve, which will go like this. So the new bolt, the new hardware is going to bolt up to the actual intercooler line. Pipe right there. It's going to be a 3-inch to 2.5-inch coupler. It's going to basically go like this. Now you have the horn in the way, so we're going to have to relocate that. So it stays behind. So basically the biggest one is going to go here, which is right on the turbo side. Then you're going to have a 2-inch clamp. Basically, this is going to route this way. And it's going to go towards that side. So we're going to have to loosen this up. Alright, once you remove the splash guard, you get these small little 10mm here that holds the fender liner. You clear it. If you notice, the piping is going to go this way and it's going to go upward. We can do the same on this side as well, because we're going to have to make space for the piping as it comes out this way. We're going to go ahead and set up the coupler on this one. So remember, you want to go like halfway, have the pipe stop halfway, so that way you have plenty of clamping. Just set up the clamps there so we don't lose them. It's basically going to sit like this. So in other words, a curve towards the U-shaped pipe. And this is going to come up and stop here. So that way you run less of a risk of scratching them. Same thing again. You go half and half. Now keep in mind, you'll notice that I'm not tightening any clamps as of yet, until I have everything pretty much plumb and set in place. Once everything is set in place, then I'll just start going ahead and attacking all the actual clamps. Alright, we're going to go ahead and start setting up the coupler here. Again, halfway. Set up the clamp. It's accessible. Set up the other one. And then last, we're gonna do the pipe that goes towards the turbo. Basically, it's gonna sit like this. That mounting point's gonna bolt up there. So let's go ahead and just set this one up here. So you pretty much have everything mounted in place. You're gonna get your supplied hardware. Run it through here. Get it to start. Now we can go ahead and start tightening up everything. Alright, same process on the other side, on the cold side. Basically, you're gonna put the 3.5 inch, set up a big clamp on it, set up the little one. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and remove this little bracket from the headlight. There's a little tab. Just lift it up. Should be able to take out the bracket. I like to secure it on these little plastic things. Not in the way, won't interfere. A rubber grommet. Now, because later on it's going to be difficult to put in. Basically, this is going to sit like this. It's going to bolt up to a bracket that's going to bolt up right here. On. Set up the throttle body coupler on. This one as well. Test fitting it. That's pretty much how the piping's gonna be. Worked out great because I don't have to relocate our regulator. It's actually there on point. And all we gotta do is just mount the bracket for the blow-off valve. Alright, this is the hardware that you're gonna put in through here, which is the gold one. Alright, you're gonna go ahead and set up the reservoir now. Since we deleted the stock one, this one basically mounts back here, utilizing the stock threaded bolt. So what you do is first you're gonna bolt up the bottom one. Just a little trick, just present this one in, tighten that one, and then take it back out, because this is the one that's gonna actually run through here into the actual bracket. Takes a little bit of finessing just to get it started, but basically the reservoir is just going to sit right here. You got a ratchetable wrench, makes life a lot easier. Just get it on that 10mm. Oh, never mind, there's not even any room for it. Once you have the bolt started here, you're going to find yourself the other 10mm and just set it up in the bottom and get that started. Can't get yourself a swivel tip because getting to this one's kind of difficult as a straight shot. So that's nice and sturdy. Now we're going to go ahead and tighten up this one. You're going to have to use an open-end wrench because the way the bracket is in the piping, it doesn't give you enough clearance to get the ratchetable end on there. For secure there, we can go ahead and just start tightening up. So we're just going to go ahead and set up the Cobb adapter. Bypass valve adapter, which is the flange, comes with a rubber coupler. and the two smaller clamps that are left are basically for the blow-up valve. Cobb includes these two bolts, which are basically for your bypass valve, I'm sorry. So all you're gonna do is just gonna go ahead and present it, put it in its position. Since this is already in its desired position because of the way the bypass valve hose goes, just to make sure it's nice and tight, hit it with the wrench. Alright, since we removed the reservoir here and relocated it here, Cobb includes a nice little vacuum hose. So we're going to take off this one and basically connect that one to it. Just roll it back here.
It's a sexy tuck.
Yeah. Cobb Cat has an O-ring on it. You just make sure you put it on. And all you gotta do is just push it down. It's not gonna go anywhere. Alright, for those of you that plan on going speed density later on, I mean, Cobb does include already a bung already welded on it. It's not capped, it's actually open, but they do include an Allen cap to cap it. So if you're not running speed density right now, but you plan on doing so later on, you go ahead and just remove the cap and install the sensor. For now, we're just gonna cap it. We'll set up a little bit of Teflon on it. Always try to put it in by hand first, because sometimes people make the mistake and cross-thread it. Alright, so now that we have all the piping already set up, everything is set up, the only thing is now we need to do clearance. I need to cut out a section out of the actual fender liner so that it clears this. I also have to do it on the under tray as well. So basically you're just gonna line it up. So it's right here is where the pipe's gonna interfere. So I'm just gonna cut a section off of it. Since it's thin plastic, you use a regular scissors. And it's just, your thing is coming apart already. Alright, now that I got it already cut, let's get the 10mm screw. Alright, you'll notice that what occurs right here, basically you're just going to cut out a section right here like that on both sides. Right there, it's going to clear the pipe. And there you go. That one's perfect.
Alright guys, that pretty much sums up the install. It was pretty easy if you have the right tools and a lift accessible, because there's a lot of lifting up and down, so I definitely recommend bringing it to WR Experts. They'll take care of you. Also, shout out to Nippon Power once again. The link to their website will be in the description. Well guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Alright guys, so I'm here with Juan.
Hello everyone. Today we're going to be starting to work on